Hello guys, and welcome to another Daily Fix with me, Sean Paul Johnston, here at SmallFries Unify. Today I want to go over some of the news that was released for the Oculus Connect 4 event, where Mark Zuckerberg was basically announcing a bunch of new headset news, things that are coming very shortly and things that will be here next year. So some really cool, interesting stuff, and I want to go over this with you guys. If you're joining me live, drop some comments. I will be keeping an eye on them, so if you're getting involved in the discussion just now whilst we're live, then put a message and I'll try and respond to you. Let's start though with the first announcement. Was, if you remember back in summer there, it was the like VR summer thing that Oculus held, where they were saying that they had reduced the price down to $399 or £400 here in the UK for the Oculus Rift, and that came with the controllers, so the Oculus Touch controllers, the headset, and I think it came with a bunch of games as well, like 5 games or something, kind of what they were doing before, but they'd reduced the price right down, obviously to compete with other headsets that had been reducing prices. Really, really cool. Loads of people obviously took advantage of that. It done really well. I was actually like quite tempted, but with the PlayStation 4, the PlayStation VR here, can't really afford it, and I've not really got a PC to run it anyway. But it was a cool idea, and it looks like Oculus or Facebook even are now going ahead and making that a permanent fixture. To be honest, I don't think anyone thought that was going to happen. I didn't, at least anyway. I thought it was definitely going to be coming and they would put that price as a standard thing across the board, and they have done that now. So if you've not got a PlayStation VR, sorry, an Oculus VR headset, an Oculus Rift, and you were on the fence and you missed the summer like deal, you can now jump on and get that. So pretty cool. So yeah, it's going to hopefully keep going like that for a while. Now the next thing was, and this was one of their sort of kind of big announcements, was, if you remember last year, they were showing off, I think it was at the Oculus Connect 3, the last year's event, they showed off an in-development headset that they were making that was tetherless, so wire-free, and it would be inside-out tracking. And I think they showed that it was like the cliff demo, where it's got the little village and you walk over and you can look over the edge and stuff. And it looked really cool, and everyone was like, "Ah, it's really exciting, some wireless VR. We're finally getting there." Hi Jeff, how's it going, my good man? But yeah, it's like they've now basically gone ahead and properly announced this, and we're finally getting a wireless headset from Oculus, well, from Facebook. However, it's not going to be released until next year, so you know there's going to be loads of competition. The good thing about it is it's only $200. It does say starting at $200, so who knows, maybe it's $200 without the little controllers, or maybe it's more when you add them in. But they are positioning this as the in-between from like the Gear, the Samsung Gear headset, and their full-priced Oculus Rift headset. So it's kind of like an in-between one, and obviously it's wireless, so it's kind of bridging that gap there from like, if you think of the Samsung Gear, you have to use your mobile phone, so you still need another device for it, and then you've got your Rift that is connected to your PC. Well, now this is like the best of both worlds. It's mobile, but it doesn't need an extra device, and it's wireless now, so it's tetherless, and you can basically take it anywhere. So really, really cool. Process it all in there. Doesn't say anything about the actual lenses. It says they're better lenses. It's going to, as far as I'm aware, on Oculus Go, it's changing from an OLED screen like piece to a static free, is it LED or something, or static something LED? So, or fast connect LED headset or lens, or like screen, that's the one I was about to say. So yes, it sounds like it's similar to the Pixma 8K, where they were going from, instead of using OLED screens, they were using the LED ones, and they were saying those like were faster ones to be the work. So that's obviously a way to keep them cost. Quite interesting, as you see. So apparently Santa Cruz headset is a standalone headset with a computer built inside. Yeah, the Santa Cruz one, I'll come to that in a second, the Santa Cruz one, because that's their other one that I presume is going to replace the Oculus Rift itself next year. They're talking about that going into developers' hands. But anyway, let's go back to the Oculus Go first. So yeah, this is their in-between headset, and that's going to be available. You've got some footage you can probably see here next to me here of it in action. Comes with little controllers. They look like little miniature Vive controllers. They've not got the ring around them with the infrared lights. So yeah, it looks like a touchpad and you control it like that. Looks quite cool. Let's see how good it is. It looks better than the Samsung Gear stuff anyway, but I don't think it's on the level of the Oculus Touch. So yes, moving on to the Santa Cruz. Now, I'm going to show the controllers here. They were showing off some demos of it, and it showed you the people using the Santa Cruz. Now again, you go back to last year, the Santa Cruz one, this is like their next big VR headset as far as I'm aware. And the Santa Cruz one, it looks like it's going to be using all the same tech, better lenses. I don't know if it's using the same like OLED tech or if it's using the LED tech as well. But this one now comes with the new Santa Cruz controllers, which if you look at the touch controllers, it's got the ring that comes around the bottom of your hand, and that's got the infrared like lights in it so it can track them with the cameras. Well, now this one's fully wireless. It's all processed within the headset itself. It's front mounted, so the weight's there at the front. A little bit heavier than the current headset, the Oculus Rift just now, but you're obviously putting that so it's tetherless. The new Santa Cruz controllers though, the actual ring goes over your hand now, and they've taken away the little analog sticks and the buttons. So now it's just a touchpad like the Vive. So in one way, that's pretty cool, because now it's going to be a little bit more in parity with the Vive controllers. So you will be able to use that Revive or similar, and you'll be able to use those controllers a little bit easier. Hopefully it's going to track just as good. Hopefully it's going to feel intuitive. What they're saying is you can now pinch and stuff like that. You could obviously pinch before, but they're saying it's a little bit easier to pinch and stuff. So that's interesting, really quite cool. Again, price-wise, we don't get anything on price or anything like that. They're saying 2018. That's a long way off, especially when we have got the Pixma 8K. We've got the Windows mixed reality headsets coming. You know, I think there's a lot of competition now. If Facebook had said this was coming by the end of this year or in the next like few months, you know, I'd be a little bit more excited about it in the sense that this is cool tech we're getting now. However, the fact that it's a bit off makes me a little bit worried that, you know, by the time it does get released, other ones are going to jump ahead, especially with the Windows mixed reality ones. They're going to have both versions. So let's see, you know, tetherless is where it's going, I feel anyway. If that computing process and stuff is good enough, maybe that's why they're waiting to 2018, so it kind of catches up with a little bit more of the mobile tech, so it can run these things a bit better. Jib says, the Santa Cruz is basically a stronger version of the Go. It seems they're both wireless headsets with the tech built in. Yep, did they say how you connect the Santa Cruz to a PC? Yeah, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't connect up to a PC. That's the thing, it's completely wireless. It's all powered in the headset itself. I'm just going to show you the controllers as well. Well, I should be showing you the controllers here. You can see them. So as you see the guy there, he's got the little controllers, he's using them there. It looks like it's tracking really, really well, and it looks awesome. So yeah, it looks like it's an update, they've improved it. I think once people get them in their hands, I'll be looking forward to seeing what tested when Norman stuff try it out to see how they feel it is, if it's any better than the current Oculus Touch, and how good the headset is. Now, the final thing I want to talk to you about is the Oculus Dash in the home. So if you're an Oculus VR owner, you'll know what I'm talking about with the Oculus Rift. You've went into the home and you've got obviously like, it looks like a house and you can choose your games and everything. Well, they've revamped this. It looks a little bit different as you can see again here. It's got stuff. This is actually the Dash here, which I'm going to talk about as well. But they've redesigned the Oculus Home, so now it's a little bit better. But the dashboard is the thing that I think is really cool. It's designed for touch. And, oh sorry, going back to the headset by the way, the new Santa Cruz one's got 6 degrees of freedom, so it's got full movement like the Pixma one and stuff, so it's got full degrees of sensing. Apparently it's got 4 sensors, it can track its wide angle sensors as well, so that's how it's tracking your hands a little bit better. But anyway, back to the Dash here. The Dash, man, it looks really, really cool. Once it comes up again in the video here, as you'll see, it's got like the bar there, and yeah, it's got all your apps and you can do this. It's a 3D overlay, so it doesn't matter where you are in the system. If you're in a game, in a program or something, it will overlay that on top and you can access it anywhere. Now, this bit here looks like, it's like, what you call the film with Tom Cruise in it. It's like that, where you can grab things in the air and you can move things around. And apparently, during the Oculus Connect 4 event, Zuckerberg was talking about how he uses it to show off programs and demos with his colleagues. So that's really, really cool. And I think this is where we're starting to get this futuristic look of things. You know, imagine if you're in the system and you're playing a game or you're doing something like this in your own Windows, maybe you're looking at your Facebook like that, and you can just go between apps, and you can have multiple windows open. You know, you're not restricted by space with a couple of desktops here or a couple of whatever. You can just open up multiple windows, and you can even move in that virtual space. And like, imagine once we get this with the Oculus Go or with Santa Cruz, and you can move around, and you can just like in 3D space move around things and look around them in different angles. Looks really, really cool. Again, I'll be really interested to see what it's like in real physical experience. Kirk has got the Oculus VR, the Oculus Rift, so I presume he'll be using this once it eventually comes out. This is their Core 2 tech or something they were talking about. But yeah, interesting to see what it's like. Minority Report, that is the one. Cheers, Jiv. So yeah, Minority Report. What it's like is that, moving things around. Obviously, you've got the controllers in your hand, but you know, we're going to keep moving towards better versions of these hand controllers, ones that you don't even need to like grip all the time. We've already seen stuff like that with some of the other handsets that are getting worked on, where you can let go. I think the Steam's one, or the Vive's new one, they're talking about the Knuckles controller. You can just let go of your hands because it's attached with the Knuckles part. So we're going to probably get stuff like that with the Oculus Rift at some point, where you can just have these controllers, you can chill out with them, and then you can just move things around, grab things, pinch things, touch things. Really, really cool stuff. So yeah, you guys, Jiv's obviously checking it out, he can see the stuff himself. Let me know in the comments what you guys are excited about this. The price points is what I'm interested in. I think we're just going to get a straight conversion again. $400 for the Rift, it's going to be £400 here. The Oculus Go, $200 or $199, probably £200 here in the UK. Don't know about elsewhere. I'd like to see a little bit of, you know, the actual exchange rate being kind of closer to what it actually is. But yeah, hopefully all these things that you've got when you've got an Oculus Rift, hopefully things like the Dash, hopefully things like the home revamp, these are all just built-in things. You're not going to pay any extra for these. These are all part of the experience when you get it. Jeff says here, there's a couple of apps that do this already, big screen and virtual desktop, but Dash is way better because it's built into the Oculus main software itself. Yeah, I'm not too sure about the virtual desktop. Does that work over other apps whilst you're using them? Is it like a 3D overlay like this, or is that what you're saying, Jeff, the fact that you can use this and it is completely separate, it's an overlay, it's like on a system-wide level, which makes it a little bit more intuitive to use, or more easier to use, more intuitive, yeah. The current Oculus Home just puts you in a virtual mansion living room. It's cool but kind of simple. Yeah, well, from the video, when it was showing you the home stuff, it looked like the guys were playing games in the home. There was a shooting one where he's shooting targets. There's another one where he was firing stuff into the sun. It looks like you might be able to customize those. You know, we saw with the Windows Mixed Reality, they had like what looked like more like a house and you could move around it. Again, that was like more the sort of point and click sort of type of movement. It wasn't that you could freely just walk around it. I'm hoping that Oculus, with their new Dash thing and their home stuff, you can move around it. I don't see why they don't do that, but maybe they're trying to make it less likely to give you motion sickness. The current Oculus Home just puts you in a virtual mansion. I read that, but already cool. Anyway, guys, let me know in the comments below what you're excited about. Like I said, are you on the fence about VR? You're holding off until we see some more. Like with the mixed reality ones, what I'm looking forward to, and this is what kind of this does now, with the fact that they're changing the controllers, the Santa Cruz controllers. What I'm excited about is having the system where we can now, I suppose, link up to any of these sort of VR experiences. Like I said before with the Windows Mixed Reality, I just hope Microsoft allows you to access that from different headsets, not just the ones they're creating with the third-party manufacturers. I really hope that you can access this with the Rift. If you can access Rift stuff or Oculus, their software, and you can use Revive because it's got similar parity with the controllers, and then maybe you could access Windows Mixed Reality stuff, that would be a game changer, a deal breaker for me. I'd be really seriously tempted in buying it, especially as the price is coming down more and more. Having the touch controllers, having the headset, and having some experiences in there for £400, you know, that's starting to get to mass market. I still think 200's probably the sweet spot, but when you're adding all these things in with the controllers and stuff, sounds pretty cool to me. The only thing that could be is, like I said, with the Go, the Oculus Go, their in-between system, I always hate when companies say this, starting at $200. Does that mean, like I said, it's a headset, $200, you buy the controllers, then another $50 or $100, you buy something else, you know, that's when it starts getting, because it ends up just being the same price anyway. But we'll have to wait and see, because devs are getting this stuff now. They're starting to get hands-on with their experiences of it. We'll see what they come out with more and more as time goes by. And yeah, it's exciting times for VR. You know, people keep thinking VR is going to go away, it's going to fail. It's been around for a year now, and it's only getting better and more intuitive. I've been on for 15 minutes, but I'm just going to talk a little bit quickly about something else. We'll go into more discussions about it soon. By the way, I've also got a new section I'm going to be doing at some point soon. I'll let your guys' feedback on it. I've got a friend in America who currently follows a lot of this stuff with VR and augmented reality for educational purposes, and she's like quite into that, and she does health and fitness, and we've been discussing maybe doing a series where it's maybe a vlog, not a vlog, a podcast or something, maybe a Google Hangouts, where we'll talk about certain topics with mixed reality, augmented reality, VR itself, and how it's improving certain fields. Like I said, I want to touch more upon those kind of things, how it's improving people's lives, improving their workflows, that kind of stuff, how it's changing the world essentially. But yeah, people keep saying that augmented reality is the way everything's going. I still disagree with that, by the way. I still think that we're gonna have 3 separate areas. We're gonna have gaming as a big major focus, but it'll be like specifically to gaming. Obviously these headsets will do all these things, but we'll have augmented reality, which will be, yeah, could be massive, but we will still have VR. I think VR is never gonna go away. I think people are thinking that AR is gonna get rid of VR. I just can't see that. I think the experience, the immersion of VR is too good. It's too immersive for it to be taken over by AR. I think AR is good in certain scenarios. VR is just overwhelmingly better in other scenarios. So I'm still thinking there's 3 sections that will be kind of differentiating, and each one will kind of work in different ways with each other, and they'll maybe cross over in certain fields. But anyway, Jeff says, virtual desktop basically lets you view your PC desktop in a Minority Report style, but about to go has a lot of potential as a VR home theater device or for fitness apps. Cool, I'll actually talk to, her name's Adriana, I'll speak to her about that, about the fitness side of it, because that would be quite cool. He says, in my opinion, it's better than just using a phone because it's a dedicated device and the user interface, etc. will be more streamlined. Well, exactly, Jeff, that's the thing. Go to current headsets where like the Samsung Gear, you've got to have the phone to use it. And that's where the barrier, and that's where Zuckerberg's right. That's where the barrier is already there. Forget the price part. That's where the barrier is. If you don't have that phone, you can't use it, as simple as that. Or you've got to have the right kind of phone and stuff. This here, you buy it, you don't even need a phone. You buy that, it's got the, oh, by the way, the audio as well is integrated. It's got like audio integrated into the headset itself, but everyone can hear it. However, you can plug in your earphones and you can isolate the sound to just yourself with the headphones. But apparently the stereo audio is really, really good. It makes people feel really immersed in it. So that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think having that single device, everything's there. You don't have to upgrade, you don't have to do anything. Obviously, there'll probably be upgrades at some point, but you can just basically connect it, and I presume you'll be able to connect it up to your Wi-Fi, so that will be the only connection, a wireless connection, where it will have some tethering wirelessly to the internet where you can update or download apps and stuff. But having that all built in, that's what's going to make it mass market. And I think $200, that is the sweet spot. So I'll be interested to see next year the competition, what they do to kind of compete with that, and see what price points they're at. But we're getting there. We're getting there. 1 year in, we're looking good. Give us another couple of years, man. We're going to be flying, people. Flying. Anyway, guys, that's it for this one. It's been a little bit longer than normal, but some really cool stuff from the Oculus Connect 4 event. I will catch you guys tomorrow for Friday's Daily Fix. Hopefully you've enjoyed this one. Remember, if you're not following or subscribing or anything like that, give us a subscribe. We're just under 500 subscribers now. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Share it around. Give us a thumbs up and leave a comment, all that jazz. Anyway, guys, I will catch you tomorrow. Remember, we're just a bunch of small fries trying to create big things. Thank you for watching. And cheers, Jeff. Bye.